We said it before, we'll say it again. It's more about the rider than the bike. Put an A-grade rider on any old plodder, and they will whip the ass of an average rider on the latest and greatest.
Extensive testing by Traction E-Rag proves it is 80% the rider, only 20% the bike, allowing for variables such as the size of your genitals and your beer intake. And keeping in mind those old bikes are often crazy fast.
Our comprehensive testing covers the stupidly fast and modern CRF150RX, then the half as powerful CRF150F. We also include a blast from the past, this XR200. And finally the pint-sized pocket rocket, the CRF150F.
Our test track, the Megatron, designed by our test rider, the pint-sized pocket rocket, Megs Braap. Our chase rider, the fumbling gummy himself, Barry Morris. Let's see if that dirt muppet can keep up.
So Megs, you've been training all your life, preparing yourself for the 150 Honda. Are you ready?
I don't know, man. I honestly, I can hope so. I can hope so.
I just hope you don't rip your arms out with that acceleration.
Well, I've been training in the gym for this purpose, so I can hold on to this bike and see the grip spin on both sides, so that adds extra arm pump. It's perfect.
Awesome. Good luck. That's all I can say.
Thank you. Whoa! It doesn't have any brakes. Whoa! I just bottomed out on my case. The throttle is turned all the way. Whoa! The back brake pedal doesn't even work.
None of us think Megs will get a good lap time on the 150. If she finishes at all, we're sure she'll crash. She has never ridden this tiny bike before. Megs only rides a 2-stroke 300 normally. And this little Honda has super soft suspension. And on top of that, very little suspension travel. To round it off, there is no rear brake because the lever was set too low. Yet, even with all those handicaps, I have trouble keeping up despite being on a much better bike with more than double the horsepower.
She's maxed out!
It is all so embarrassing.
Ah, there's no brakes! a sizzling 6-minute lap time. Oh.
I guess you must want to thank your factory mechanic who set the bike up for you. Chuck harder!
Chuck harder! Chuck harder!
Thanks, Chuck. You know what I find?
What?
This thing on like the really slippery grass corners on the open stuff is the best. It's better than anything else.
It's super soft. The suspension just like...
Yeah, that must be it. That must be it. And it's low to the ground, so I'm confident I can just rail.
I think what happens is, like, you know, you're in a corner and there's a bump or any bit of undulation.
Yeah.
The suspension on the stiffer bikes, your wheel hits the bump and it becomes just really momentarily airborne.
Or even just lighter, yeah.
Go!
Okay, let's do that all again, but from my perspective. It was amazing how little difference power makes on this track. Most of the time, I was working bloody hard to stay with Megs. And if it wasn't for a few mistakes, I doubt I could have kept up with her. And those mistakes were from having no rear brake. On this straight, I can't believe how fast she accelerates with less than 15 horsepower. She's even roosting me. I've heard people say anything over 20 horsepower is just lost in wheel spin. It might not always be true, but on a tight track like this, I reckon it is. And it shows that ability is much more important than outright power. Dole into neutral and Megs shoots ahead. Thankfully, Megs is a gear too high here. Little 150 bogs down and I can catch up again. Megs is just starting to come to grips with the tiny Honda now, and she pulls ahead. This is stupid. I should catch her straight away on this more open section, but it takes ages to reel her in again. Now it's into the tight flat corners. Let's see if I can stay with her. Damn, look at her go. This really is quite humiliating.
Neutral!
If the rear brake was set up properly and Megs had a few practice laps to get used to the little 150, there is no way I would keep up with her. Megs pushes a fraction too hard on some of these corners and slips more than planned. That short wheelbase and the tiny wheels make the 150 quite unstable when the rear does slide out. Yet another fun, if humiliating, lap of the Megatron. Stand by for more, guys, as we test out the other bikes as well.
That was a sizzling 6-minute lap time.
Let's have a quick look at lap times. Given all the handicaps, the lap on the 150 was the slowest, but not by much. Megs was only 10 seconds faster on the XR200 and the CRF150F, and only 25 seconds faster on her own bike or the powerful CRF250RX.